Fox to Wemby. Wemby tries a three, puts it up, off the mark. Anunoby the rebound. It's over. It's over. Knicks fans, this is not a dream. Your long, long wait has ended. Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
The New York Knicks finally won an NBA title after more than half a century of waiting. But behind the celebration, there are underlying economic issues hidden behind the confetti. The 2026 NBA Finals exposed something that goes far beyond basketball.
Shot clock at 5. Brunson fires up a three. Puts it in! 1-point game!
Basketball grew into a poor man's game because all you really needed was a ball in a hoop. It was the definitive, affordable sport for urban communities and low-income neighborhoods. For generations, the court was a famous way out of poverty, the exact canvas that gave us the rags to riches stories of icons like LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jimmy Butler, and Allen Iverson. It didn't matter what your parents did or how much they made. Anyone could watch, and anyone could play. Basketball was a community art form.
Iverson has Jordan. The crowd is into it. Allen shakes free. Gets two!
But today, that art form has a luxury price tag. If you wanted to buy the cheapest ticket at Madison Square Garden to watch the Knicks in the finals, it would have cost you at least $3,500. Now look at a regular New Yorker. The city's minimum wage is generally $17 an hour. Before taxes, to buy just one single ticket in the back row, an ordinary worker would have to work for about 206 hours. That is nearly 5.5 weeks of 40-hour work weeks, well over a month of straight labor just to step inside the building. And when the players on the floor are publicly calling the ticket prices ridiculous, you know something is broken.
I kind of wish the ticket prices weren't as crazy as they are. I feel like a lot of people who are been waiting for this moment for a very long time, unfortunately aren't able to get into the building. That's ridiculous. It should still be rocking, but obviously those are a little cheap.
This isn't just inflation, it's a cultural eviction. People who have waited decades to see their team in the finals were locked out of their own backyard. So, how did we get here? To understand how basketball became a luxury, we have to look at the last time the Knicks made the NBA Finals, 1999. In 1999, a generation of fans packed Madison Square Garden. If you wanted to get into the building for the finals back then, the cheapest ticket cost just $15. At the time, the minimum wage in New York was $4.25 an hour. Fast forward 27 years to today, the Knicks returned to the NBA Finals, but the math has completely been broken. New York's minimum wage has upscaled to $17 an hour. However, the exact same seat that cost $15 in 1999 is now valued at $3,500 to $7,000 on the resale market. Just sit with that for a second. Get out! But in all seriousness, this is a clear visual of the growing wealth gap in action. Ticket prices didn't just rise with everyday inflation. They don't make sense anymore. Why? Because over the last 3 decades, sports teams realized they didn't need to price tickets based on what the local community could afford. Instead, they shifted from a mass market game to a pure luxury market. They optimized the stadium for big corporations, Wall Street hedge funds, and high net worth executives who treat a premium basketball game like it's some sort of status symbol, just like a rare luxury watch or a piece of high-end art. The economy for the regular fan outside the arena stayed grounded, but the economy inside the building completely left them behind.
They're pushing the real fans out, man. Like, we've been waiting our whole lives for the finals. It's finally here, and can't even get a ticket. I think that's very unfair. It's very unfortunate.
It's a shame, because I'm a Knicks fan from way back when. I've got 3 boys that are beyond excited. We can't even think about it.
And here's the thing. When you look at everyday life on the ground, you realize that an expensive stadium doesn't just price fans out of a game. It changes the cost of living for the entire neighborhood. It's a domino effect.
Rent is going up for New Yorkers who live in rent-stabilized apartments. 1-year leases will go up 3%. 2-year leases will see a 4.5% increase.
century ago, you could get around New York City with just a nickel. Now it costs a lot more in 2026, actually 60 times more. It's cost you now $3 for a single.
When thousands of wealthy corporate clients, executives, and high paying tourists flood into a neighborhood every single night, the local businesses naturally adapt to their wallets. Take a look at the local food spots, the family owned sandwich shop, the small diner, and the corner bodega. Suddenly see their landlords raising their rent because the neighborhood is booming with wealthy tourists. To survive, these small businesses are then forced to raise their prices. Suddenly, grabbing a basic lunch, buying a bag of groceries, or getting a slice of pizza right outside the stadium costs way more than it does just a few subway stops away. Everyday locals are forced to pay a stadium tax on basic food just for living near the team they love. And it hits hardest where people sleep. When a sports team starts winning and the stadium becomes a playground for the rich, the surrounding real estate gets targeted by wealthy investors. Landlords start raising apartment rents to match the new luxury standard of the area. For a wealthy executive, a few $100s more a month is nothing. But for a regular family that has rented a home there for generations, it means being entirely forced out of their own neighborhood. This is the real consequence. Jalen Brunson's historic finals MVP season didn't just make basketball tickets expensive. It has shifted the entire economy of the neighborhood, pricing real New Yorkers out of their favorite food spots, their local community, and their actual homes. So, after all these, what can we learn? First, we learn that you can help build something, and then watch it become a place you can no longer enter. For years, it was the people counting subway fare, scraping together ticket money, who filled those seats during the long losing seasons. They showed up when there was nothing to cheer for, because they loved it anyway. That love is what kept the thing alive. And now that it's finally good, finally worth watching, those same people were quietly priced out of the room they helped keep warm. The people who build something rarely end up being the ones who get to keep it. We also learned that these changes never stay isolated. Slowly, a neighborhood that used to belong to its people become a place those same people can no longer afford to eat in, let alone live in. And maybe the saddest lesson is this: once something shifts from for everyone to for whoever can pay, it rarely shifts back. Basketball's whole identity, its accessibility, the idea that anyone could watch or play regardless of where they came from, took generations to build, but it seems to take far less time to lose. Once an institution realizes there's more money in fewer, wealthier people, there's little reason to return to how things were. The people who stayed through the empty seasons became an afterthought, a market to be optimized rather than a community to be kept.
Well, I know, but they can watch it on television. It's sort of semi-free to watch it on television, but that's the way life goes.
When did passion become a commodity?